Hello guys, this is Kabase. This update is gonna be very quick, but very relevant for light teams. So, without further ado, let's get started. Starting from May 15th, we'll have just an event story recommendation period for Bungo's event, the Minions Notes, and the Silver Clock event. So, if you haven't, I implore you to read it because this is a really great event. And after reading it, take advantage of the 3 times token bonus in the event stages. Now for the freebies, we'll have 2 login bonus. One is the Golden Week special login bonus phase 2, which on the first login, you get 1500 quartz, and then 15 days later of login, you get 3000 quartz on top of that for a total of 4500 quartz. Hell yeah, after using Karen and probably this banner later on, you'll definitely need this. Yeah. And the second one, which I have to note, starts on May 22nd, basically a week after this update, is the late spring login bonus, which for the first 2 days you get 300 quartz and 3 bells respectively. And the third day, as always, is another SS selector, which is great. But the selector is something you can only use starting May 29th, which is a week after the login bonus is started or 4 days after the third login. So I guess wait for the list of the older memorias or potentially the new memorias coming out when that day comes. So I'll keep you all updated in the next update video. And yeah. Lastly is the fire element upgrade support. Complete the missions, get stuff like fire rings and other enhancement materials. And that's pretty much it. Now for the gameplay side of things, we'll have another clock tower expansion that comes with the materials for the evolution skills of Otama-san and Risa-mama, as well as Mari for the next event. Now for Tama, her evolve skill, which is the revive skill, frontline revive skill specifically, you can now heal up to 120% of your frontline Memoria's TP on top of it if you get her evolve skill. Now for Risa Mama's SS1 evolve skill, it changes her party status up buff for a party for morale up. So basically, it still ups your party stats by 20, same as the previous one, but the morale buff is permanent, and it also adds plus 20% skill attack up since it's for morale. And lastly, for Mari, if there are 3 or more 31C members present in that party, including herself, obviously, her skill now gives 1 use party, except herself, Mind Eye, or Tactical Vision, and plus 3 SP to your party except herself. But otherwise, which is 2 or below 31C members, it's the same as the original. And yeah. Overall, I think all 3 are pretty good additions, I would say. Next is the Golden Week Orb Boss Skill Training Campaign. Since they didn't explicitly state it, the campaign is for every orb at once from levels 1 to 4. None of that weekly rotation BS they did for the previous orb training campaigns. So yeah, feel free to drain your orb passes and potentially excess life stones during this campaign. Because like any other orb training campaign, it increases your mastery every run, which you can already see on screen. I just wish that JP gives a skip button for orb passes already. Like, come on, man. Anyways, is the next core attack. Challenge number 41, Trap in the Mist. As we show here on screen are the multiplier conditions for the next 2 weeks. My tips for this boss: don't attack when it buffs itself, and don't let your DPS receive the attacks that gives debuffs. Now for the week 1 conditions, work around the minus 3 SP every 3 turns condition. And the last condition is that the boss has defense up if it's not in downturn. So it's preferable if you have someone like Eunice and Karen when challenging the week 1 conditions. The week 2 conditions may be easier, especially for light teams, so I suggest going with that. Very tricky boss, or rather bosses, since there's 2 of them. So good luck. Now we get to the banners. It's 1 new banner with 1 new SS Memoria, and for light teams, this is the must pool. And it's the Memoria we should have expected instead of Unison Karen last update, and that is none other than Guiding Light or White Suit Ichiko, who is a Light Crush Memoria and also our resident Light Overwriter. Her 18 SP EX skill is a 6-hit AoE Light Crush attack that does 3 big things. Obviously erases the enemy's light resistance entirely with Override, applies permanent light resistance down, same as any other element overwriter, and AoE defense down, permanent also. Plus, adds another 50% overdrive to your overdrive gauge, obviously. This is a skill full of debuffs that will stack beautifully with other general buffs like Mind Eye or Fragile, and it gives your team more stuff to do with your overdrive. Her common skill, which is 0 SP by the way, but for uses only, consumes 50% overdrive to give your entire front line plus 6 SP, which by extension gives Ichiko plus 6 SP as well since the skill costs nothing but overdrive. This is a great skill, especially if you don't rely on overdrive or have another OD generator alongside her. And I don't think it's such a downside because using her EX skill cancels out this skill's negative aspects. And yeah. Now her passives, LB0 gives plus 1 SP to herself every turn if the overdrive gauge is over 100%. And LB3 gives a one-time only plus 50% overdrive if the overdrive is below 0% at turn start, which already helps to offset the big overdrive cost of her common skill if you plan to use it at the first turn or something. Overall, like any other of her override comrades, she makes light into a near universal element, and in terms of the hierarchy of overwriters, she is higher than Hisame and Banikasa, and on the same level as White Suit Nikaido, as she also gives utility in her EX skill than just overwriting. She can be either an excellent SP battery or a OD maker, whichever you need, because if she did both, she would be really broken. And lastly, I think her only negatives would be that her EX skill is SP heavy and using her common skill at the start is not ideal. But other than that, she's an excellent light memoria that is gonna be, for a long time now, meta for light teams. From an element perspective, if you're using light teams, White Suit Ichigo is a must pull considering even now she's still essential to the highest tier of a light team, and her quote unquote replacement that recently came out in JP, besides one effect, which is element resist down, doesn't overlap their debuffs with one another. So they are currently a great debuffer duo for light teams. So I think she'll stay for the foreseeable future, and since we are a year behind, I highly recommend pulling on this banner if you play light teams. Though, as always, if you love the characters or artworks or want their specific abilities, feel free to ignore my advice. Well, not really since I'm praising this Memoria. And yeah, this update will have another rerun banner that is a Unison featured recruitment for Unison Yuki. Overall, my thoughts about her are still relatively the same. One of the best general debuffers around, however, with better, more element specific options that does the stuff she does continue to come. It's a matter of when she won't be in the highest tier of any team anymore. She's still a really good alternative nonetheless. So, like Yunsen Yuina, she's getting bumped down from absolutely safe to safe. Also, this is a rerun, so if you pulled on the Nanamin and Yunsen Yuina reruns beforehand, you can stack up your pity points in here as well. And yeah, the last banners I have to mention are the paid quartz exclusive Golden Week Wishes recruitment, the paid quartz exclusive Light Elements Step Up recruitment, and lastly is the debuffer featured recruitment. And as always, all three are skips. And yeah, my apologies for the slight delay, kind of busy since end of semester stuff. So I hope you understand. And that's the end of the video, I guess. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so don't miss any of my videos. Here's a friend, what is music there. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.